I'm probably 2 years late to the party, but recently when I saw that the record for the longest Wordle streak on Roblox was only like 61, I immediately had to go for it, you know? I'm a very competitive gamer at heart, and when I see there's an opportunity to become the top of the leaderboard, I can't resist it. But there's a catch. I've never even played Wordle before. I had no idea how out of my league 61 in a row actually were. And not just that, very soon a much bigger threat would present itself too. So I'll be playing the footage of my runs in the background and give you some insights on my journey and strategy in the meantime. My early runs on day 1 were nothing spectacular. I was just figuring out the game and sort of built up my skills for the days to come. I pretty quickly established my first 2 words to lock in being
adieu
as the first and either ports or polar as the second. I only went with polar whenever the A in
adieu
was yellow, meaning it's somewhere in the word, just not at that exact position. Using
adieu
and ports as the 2 starters usually set me off to a solid start, having checked all the vowels and a bunch of the common letters like T, R and S. I think the highest I got to on day 1 must have been like somewhere around 14. However, around day 2 was where things would change. Overnight, some new guy called Yuna became the new number 1, almost doubling the previous one's streak. But I was already set on becoming the best, so this wasn't gonna stop me. 100 was still not in a whole other dimension as 61, you know what I mean? And I was ready to lose sleep over it. It even gave me a bit of nostalgia from when I became the first place in a game called Dungeonborn. Although that was in another league of competitive compared to this. So on day 2 I really started getting good results consistently, getting around streaks of 20 to 30. I balanced my playstyle around figuring out the order of the letters I already knew were in the word, and also testing out other letters that were likely to be in the word. I even figured out my next best words after
adieu
and ports being lynch. If you look at this chart, you'll see that with ports, adieu and lynch, we've basically tested the top half of the most common letters. And then we still have 3 tries left to figure out the rest of the word. So this strategy was actually insanely strong, which means it wasn't really that hard skill-wise, but it was very mentally draining. I mean, if you play it safe, you can figure out the word pretty consistently, but all this thinking makes you fatigued, and sometimes you mess up, even with a friend helping you.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, well, I'm fucked.
Back. Okay, wait, let me see. Yeah. No.
Thinking like maybe fatal,
Fatal, yeah.
but there's
100%.
also other. You sure?
Yes.
I like your confidence.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I have a streak of 22.
Come on.
Please! Please! No, please.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. Fuck.
What? What? What the fuck is
What the fuck?
Kato? The fuck? They're just making up words at this point. They like using real words and switching one letter or some shit
Bro,
like
that's
that.
a fucking. That's a thing in a physics.
Why could it not be fatal?
Yeah, bro, it's like when you like catalysator.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like catalysator? This is this
Yeah.
shit? A Kate?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know how to fucking pronounce it, dude.
Yeah.
On top of that, sometimes you wouldn't even have a chance to begin with. Because this game just fucking made up words. Like, what is even kidst or gukin supposed to mean? What is this? And that wasn't even the biggest issue. Because one time I went for a food break, and when I came back, the game had actually kicked me for being idle 20 minutes and deleted my whole streak. Even when I left the game properly, it still never saved my streak, which meant I couldn't log out of the game even once, nor be idle for over 20 minutes while doing this entire 100 streak. So I pulled out the macro script from a few videos ago, which basically pressed certain buttons for me so that the game would register me as being online. Despite all the additional hardships and challenges, I stayed determined and even racked up a streak of 33 at around midnight, the highest I'd ever gotten so far. I was playing this game for basically 7 hours straight at this point, but I knew if I did another 33, I'd be at 66, basically over halfway done with the streak, and I would only have to do another 34 tomorrow to break the record. So I took a quick rest, collected my nerves, and with top tier music bumping in the background, I got into my zone to rack up as much as I could. With the score rising, so did my nerves. Every word felt like an opportunity to fuck it up, and I really didn't want to fuck it up. And even if I did reach 66 to break the record, I'd still have 34 more chances to fuck it up. To put it simply, fuck. I was super tired and scared of being sloppy. My hands were shaking. This could cost me the streak at any moment. But I really wanted to get a streak of 66, cementing myself at number 2 and being 2/3 done with my goal at that. I was so relieved when I finally got to 66 after what felt like an eternity. So at 3 AM I turn on the macro script and go AFK, going to bed. My sleep was terrible that night. I woke up like a million times, anxious that something happened and it somehow kicked me out of the game, but no. Somehow, thanks to a miracle, when I got up the next day I was still in the game. However, my internet was gone everywhere. My phone, and even when I tapped out and got on some other browser, was not working. But somehow I was still in Roblox, so I wasn't really sure what to do. Maybe I should try and get as many words as quickly as possible before it kicks me. Or maybe it hadn't realized my Wi-Fi was gone yet and I should take it slow and wait for my internet to come back. But I got another 10. At a much slower rate though, since it was really hard to get in the zone and focus while being scared to be kicked at any time. So then I took a little break to see if maybe my Wi-Fi would be back if I just waited a while. But to my detriment, I came back and I don't even I was having internet problems the whole day. I don't know why. It's even on my phone. It's even when I'm using the data and shit. I was having a little bit of internet, but it was so fragile. It was nothing was loading or extremely slow. So I was scared if I type in too much or something that Roblox would kick me. So I paused the recording and I was just AFK. And when I came back, it said this. So now I'm fucked, because I don't know if it probably did not save my streak. I was doing this for 3 days now. The recording of the 77 streak is 12 hours long or something. I was on the singular streak, 12 hours. Maybe we just continue where I got kicked, where it's from 77 to 101, that would be 24, right? Technically. So if we are gonna be pussies, we could say if I get another 24 right now, if my next try immediately gets a streak of 24, then we could technically count it, but it wouldn't be the real deal, Yeah, I really wanted to get this. Yeah, apologies guys, I'm gonna try it next time for sure, alright? But for now, I'm just gonna do a 24 streak. I was displayed as the number 2 for a few minutes, but my streak wasn't saved and my placement was gone within a few minutes too. So yeah, I did another streak of 24 right after, which means I technically got 101 in a row, but I think we're all not satisfied with that. Leave a like and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a follow-up where I actually become the undisputed number 1 on paper and not just technically, and maybe check out the other videos I've mentioned throughout this one, the Dungeon-born one, where I actually became the number 1 and it was much more competitive than this. Or one where I speedran a game that takes 400 days to beat. They will both be linked in the description. I hope I'll see you in the next one. See you.